What's up YouTube, this is Galactic God, and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Q A. Now I know I haven't done one of these in quite a while, but I'm going to go ahead and jump right into things with a video question.
Hey GG, it's Evil Ninja over at Bad Players Incorporated YouTube page, and I have two questions for you. First question is, what is the advice that you would give somebody, an up-and-coming Yu-Gi tuber, that will help them stand out amongst not only their peers that are starting up, but get to the same level as those that have already been established, like yourself, Vexicus, and many other Yu-Gi tubers that we all know? And the second question I have for you is, everybody's been asking you in the comments over and over, I'm pretty sure you've gotten PM this over and over, how the hell do we get featured in your Yu-Gi tuber featurette videos that you put out of up-and-coming Yu-Gi tubers? I've looked at them and I don't think you've ever really explained that. So thanks, I appreciate it if you answer these, and I'm all ears.
Alright, let me go ahead and answer your questions. Now, the first one, how can you be successful at Yu-Gi tubing? This is one that I get asked quite a bit, and I don't think that there's no magic formula answer to this. Basically, what's going to stand your channel apart, what's going to make your channel successful is you. You are what makes your channel unique. Everyone is different, everyone has their own personality, and so therefore every channel is different and unique in that sense. And what you got to do is make sure that you're presenting yourself in a way that your personality comes across and that it's something that people want to see. Now, there are those that are right in saying that, good camera quality, good audio, great lighting, all that stuff is very important, and there are people out there who will only watch your channel if the video quality is up to a certain standard, but that's not everyone. That's not necessarily where you need to start out at. Besides that, though, the main thing that I can tell you is to be consistent. Consistency is a problem amongst a ton of Yu-Gi tubers. A lot of people will start a channel and then just stop posting. And then they'll come back and they'll do another couple of videos and maybe do it for a couple weeks and then disappear for a couple months. Consistency is a huge problem in the community, and that's usually what leads to the downfall of a lot of channels. Okay, so for your second question, which is how do you get featured on one of my shout out videos, basically, right now there's already a super long list, maybe 60 to 70 names that are still on the list that I'm trying to get through with all the shoutouts. How it happens is if somebody sends me a request over a PM or something like that, I go and check out their channel. One of the criteria I have is that you've actually been posting for quite a few months already and that you've been posting consistently. So if I go check out your channel and you've only been up for a couple weeks and you have like 1 or 2 videos, then you're not going to get a shout out from me. Or if I go check out your channel and you've been, your channel's been up for about 6 months and you have 3 videos up over the course of those 6 months, you're probably not going to get a shout out either. The main thing is that when I go check out your channel, that you have been posting consistently for quite a few months and that you have been posting consistently, at least 1 or 2 videos a week. From that point, I go ahead and let you know that I'm going to put your name on the list, and then the long wait begins before I can get to your name on that list. I pretty much go in the order of which I was asked and agreed to give a shout out to, so your name just goes to the bottom of the list, and then I slowly chip away at that list. Some people wait months before they actually get their shout out, and sometimes when I go to check out their channel again right before I make the shout out video, I go and I check and I see if there is still posting consistently, and some people hadn't posted videos since they actually asked me for the shout out, and then they lose their spot on the list and I move to the next name. And that's kind of how I've been doing it. It works kind of for me, and that's how I do my shout outs. Alright, so Ryan asks, if I could duel anyone in Yu-Gi-Oh! And use any deck I wanted to, who would I duel and what deck would I use? Well, of course, the person that I would want to duel would be Yugi. Who doesn't want to duel the king of games himself, the guy that started it all, that made us all friggin' love this game so much? I would definitely want to duel Yugi and just see how much of a cheater that fool really is. The deck I would use is probably my either Synchron, so I can hear Yugi go, what's a Synchro, or something like that, or maybe Crystal Beast, or something fun, I'm sure. I mean, I wouldn't want to take some sort of Dark Arm Return kind of deck or something like that. Alright, Mike asks, in your duels, what programs or screen software do you use? I'm not really sure what duels you're talking about. If you're talking about the live action or the DevPro duels or something like that. For the screen capture device I use for anything in my videos, it's Camtasia, I think 7 or something like that. I just find it to be a really good program, and that's the one I use. For recording and adding in all the effects and stuff for my live action duels that I do. I use two different programs. We use Sony Vegas and we use Adobe After Effects. We've been thinking about maybe doing like a behind the scenes on how we actually edit those and put those in, and add in all the effects and sound and audio, and just kind of give you like a beginning to end kind of run through process. But we've been wanting to do something like that for a while, but just filming all that stuff in general takes forever, and editing it takes forever, and just to have, I don't know, the behind the scenes thing, and I just worry that it might slow it down, make the process even slower than it already is. Alright, Brandon asks, where do you see Yu-Gi-Oh in the future? I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh is going to be calming down anytime soon. I suspect there will be another series after Zexal, and a new monster type, and a different colored card, and different things like new monsters like Psychics came out like a little while back. I imagine we'll probably get another kind of monster type like that. New archetypes. I can't imagine Yu-Gi-Oh calming down, especially after it's being so successful the way it is right now. I just don't see an end to it anytime soon. Okay, so Casey says he has a Shooting Quasar Dragon deck and wants to know how to make it consistent. And I have to say, dude, if you know how to make it consistent, please let me know. The problem with decks like that in general, or any combo-based deck, is that they're never going to be consistent. You're always going to get a hand every now and then that you look at and you're like, oh my god, what the heck is this? How can I play out of this? Meanwhile, your opponent's playing a top-tier deck, and they're like, and you're just like, what am I going to do? And that's the main problem with any combo-oriented deck. The cool thing is, though, once you get that combo off, you usually win the game. The bad thing is that the deck is inconsistent. Alright, now Cody asks, what is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? And I don't think I have a particular card effect that I really like. I mean, Pot of Greed, Monster Reborn, all these kind of broken-ass cards are obviously the most, realistic choice. But if you're just talking about what is my favorite card in terms of artwork, Dimensional Fusion has always been probably my favorite artwork card. I mean, it just looks cool. You have like DD Warrior and DD Warrior Lady coming out of this, I don't know, dimensional vortex or something, and if you have the card in holographic, it just looks really neat and really cool. Okay, and so for my final question, Christopher asks, what is my favorite format and deck? Some people said in the comment section after he asked that was like, oh, it's obviously Go Control or something, but that's not really my favorite format or my favorite deck. I've always been kind of partial to the Plant Synchro format, or the Drill Warrior Plant format. I don't know what you want to call it. But those were my favorite decks. Right before Shooting Quasar Dragon came out, when Shooting Star Dragon was like the biggest thing, and even right before the Exceeds and everything came out. Personally, that was my favorite format in Yu-Gi-Oh! Mostly because I really enjoyed playing the Plant deck. I loved how that whole era kind of accumulated with a synchrocentric kind of deck, which was very reminiscent of the 5D's main character Yusei, and I think that was really my favorite deck and format so far in Yu-Gi-Oh! Although the one that just happened maybe a format or two ago, when there was a huge diversity in decks, was very refreshing for the game. I mean, right now we have really just a 1 or 2 deck format, and those are usually not the kinds that I really enjoy playing. I like it when the diversity is massive and you're seeing a different deck constantly win at a YCS, and I really like that about the format that just happened a couple formats ago actually. But anyhow, the synchrocentric Plant format, that was really my favorite one. Alright YouTube, and there you have it. That was this episode's Yu-Gi-Oh! Q A. Remember, if you have a question you'd like to ask me in a future Q&A episode, remember to leave it in the comment section below. Also, if you like, you can leave me a video response question as well, and I will play that and answer it in the next video. And I guess that's about it for now. This is GalacticGod, out.